Hi and welcome back to another episode of Morgan Reach TV. Today for episode 47 we are focusing on something that touches every single one of us, our future, our security and our wealth. In an economic climate that feels like it's constantly shifting, having someone in your corner who truly understands how to protect and grow your hard-earned money isn't just a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. Our guest today is a highly respected wealth professional based in Solihull. He is a principal of AGA Wealth Management, operating as an appointed representative of the prestigious St James Place network. With over 2 decades of experience in financial services, he specialises in helping business owners, professionals and families cut through the noise, minimise tax and build true generational wealth. What sets him apart is his philosophy. For him, it's not just about numbers on a spreadsheet, it's about deep relationships, trust and giving people total peace of mind that their hard work is protected for the long haul. We're going to be talking about smart investing, navigating modern financial challenges, and how to build a bulletproof future plan for your family. So let's welcome to Morgan Reach TV, the principal of AGA Wealth Management, Mr. Waqas Babar. Waqas,
Cam,
how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming down today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're coming up from Solihull.
Coming up or down or sideways, I'm not really
coming
sure.
to town, as I like to say, yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
No, thank you. And it was how much of a drive? You've been all right today?
It was all right. A little bit of, let's say, a bit of a challenge on Moseley Road, as I was telling you. Yeah. But apart from that, it was absolutely fine. Yeah. I mean, during the day, it's comparatively compared to rush hour.
Yeah, that's it. Did nicer. It middle of the day, so it's a bit better for you.
Yes, credit to you for that.
Yeah. Awesome. But no, thanks for joining us today. Obviously, we've known you a long time, the team here and everyone, but it's good for you to come on a podcast, put yourself out, because you do a very, very valuable service and you look after a lot of people.
Try to.
Yeah, so that's so hopefully this will help. So obviously you're in financial services, financial markets and investment advice and everything. So financial advisor. Have you always done that?
No, I fell into it. I have done quite a few things, I'd say, especially when I left uni. Even during uni, I was always pretty handy. Yeah. Pretty practical, you know, whether it's working part-time somewhere or trying to help a mate out in terms of what they're doing. Always kept myself into something or another. I had an entrepreneurial itch very early on as well after uni. You know, had an experience of setting up and closing a business as well early on. So, I just, the honest truth is I fell into financial services. Yeah. Didn't know it existed. We didn't have a financial advisor in our family. Never knew this was even a job. I knew you go to a bank and there's somebody called a bank manager, or if you need a loan, you go and speak to someone in a quiet room in the corner and they do some numbers and tell you what you need or whatever.
Tell you no nowadays.
Yeah, sorry.
Tell you the nicest way possible.
Yeah, no. This is it. Yeah. But I never knew that my role, so to speak, does exist and potentially, you know, you can be helping people in the way that we do. You know,
no, it's awesome.
Completely fell into it.
But when you, where was home? Where were you brought up?
Well, originally, you wouldn't guess from the accent, but I'm a northerner originally. So
really,
yeah,
more north than Birmingham.
More north than Birmingham. Yeah. To Manchester.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So born and brought up in Manchester till about the age of 9. Okay. And then Dad decided to take us back to our roots, to the motherland, and get some experience of, you know, the culture and the language and traditions. Yeah. So we moved back to Pakistan for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then as a family. Yeah. And then we had enough after that point and decided to come back to the UK. And my mum has a lot of family in Birmingham. Yeah. We've got quite a large family, so we made Birmingham our home.
Oh, wow. Okay. Where did you live then in Birmingham?
So we lived, originally we lived with family, which was in Borsley Green, Alum Rock area. Yeah. And then after that, we went to Washford Heath. Yeah. Washford Heath, we went to, trying to rack my brains now, going back, showing my age. Hodge Hill was our, I'd say, final kind of stake in the ground where I kind of grew up. Yeah. And then until I went to uni. And then I left home and went to Leicester after that. And then a few other places. before I got back to Birmingham. So so I've travelled a little bit. Let's just say.
No, it sounds really good. So varied experiences then as a youth growing up.
Although now I think I've got it out of the system.
Yeah,
I think I'm happy to
quite settled and anchored now.
Settled, kids and responsibilities. That's what really holds you down.
That's it.
But I think it's been good. I've had the opportunity to go out, see the world a little bit. Experience other places. Really broadens your horizons as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So it's a very good learning experience for me.
Because for Pakistan, you said you had enough. What did you have enough of? Was the education? Was it the whole?
I don't think it was me. I think it was more my parents. To be honest, I think my mum was. She had left her family and gone there, and just the challenges of being in a third world country, so to speak. Day to day challenges. I remember electricity going at night. This is in the early 90s now. And it's gone for the whole night, and it's the middle of summer. So it's warm or whatever. So, I remember we used to go and sit in the car, put the aircon on. Obviously things have moved on a lot more now. People have generators and all sorts, which again is very expensive, but there was that side of it. But I mean, from what my early memories of being there were fantastic. We had a great time. I loved my school. I loved my friends that I had at the time. I loved the life I had, had a really good time. We were based in Islamabad. Don't know if you've been or
that's where we're from as well. So it's great.
So it was great. And the other good thing for me was that I made friends or managed to make friends with other kids who were similar to me, had come from the UK as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So for example, my neighbours, literally the house next door, two brothers, they're both from London. So similar age as well. It was really good in that sense, So
awesome. So you came back right in time for your GCSEs.
Yeah, literally, I was right in the middle of year 10, so not even the start. So I just fell into it. So it was a bit of an adjustment in terms of education and stuff. More the differences. Pakistan is very much I'd say you really, to excel there, you have to be very academic.
Yeah,
you've got to have a very good memory because everybody remembers everything verbatim, and they just deliver it. Whereas in the UK, it's a bit more based on your interpretation of things,
comprehension,
and those skills are more valued. Whereas in Pakistan, the education system is all about memory,
retention of memory.
How can you retain and regurgitate? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a wake up call, but the good thing, however, about the Pakistani system is that because it's so academically, it's so intense. That I don't think I struggled with the academic side of things here. It was just more the way things were done here.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have any coursework, for example.
Arguably, you're actually ahead.
Yeah.
Because the kids are generally, the academic kids are cleverer.
Yeah, absolutely. So
normally.
Yeah. So I mean, did okay, but it was just that kind of, I think it would have been, if I'd maybe come at the start of year 10, then seeing the year through, because people have made their friends by then and this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
So there was that side of it. But thankfully, I mean, there were some good people around me who were very supportive. Believe it or not, kids, year 10, which is unheard of these days. So it kind of helped that transition. Yeah.
No, brilliant. So what did you do at university? What was your kind of trajectory?
University, I did economics and management science.
Okay, so it was the economic side of things that you went into.
Yeah, and again, it was a little bit of kind of finger in the air stuff, Okay, I like finance, I like the economy, I like that kind of stuff. It does interest me. What's the closest thing to that? Oh, economics, and a couple of other people I knew that were doing it. So let's just kind of go down that route, It's quite a broad area, isn't it? Yeah. So you can fall into a lot of different careers afterwards. Without knowing anything about what career options are there, what can I go into. I certainly didn't know about what I do now. So it was a little bit of a stab in the dark, to be honest. But
yeah. And when you got through that, where did you end up when you first came out?
My first proper job after that was in retail, selling electrical goods. Okay. There used to be a store in Sutton Coldfield Town Centre called Apollo 2000.
I remember Apollo.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that was like my first, I'd say, proper job. I'd done odd jobs and things and whatever. During uni, I worked in call centres. I worked at Next. I worked at BT. But that was like my proper job, full time. Getting a wage. And I remember that time I used to get paid weekly. Which was really good. And it was, minimum wage working in retail. We used to get a little bit of commission on top as well. But it was that, I think it was the the people skills, the interacting with people, helping them find their solutions, helping them meet their budget in terms of what they want to spend, doing finance agreements and that
upsells on the cover care policy.
Oh yeah,
whatever it was called.
I know, and it was. I mean, that was probably that was a hard sell. To be honest, that was definitely a hard sell.
I worked at Caruso.
Did you? Yeah.
That was my first job as well.
Oh really? Was it? Okay. Yeah. So I think retail is a really good
it is,
transition
definitely.
into.
You learn a lot.
Having said that, my earliest retail experience was going back to Pakistan. My father had a shop.
Oh, wow, okay.
Clothing store. Yeah. So being probably about 12, 13 years old, there, standing there, and literally when my dad used to go away.
Absorbing it all,
manning the shop.
Manning the shop.
So we used to have one worker, and I was the boss, so to speak,
Yeah, when your dad
dealing with customers, this, that, the other stuff. So it started early, and then just continued from there. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's where your confidence comes from, then.
I don't know about confidence, but I think it's just that kind of I'd say connectivity with people and trying to understand people.
Yeah.
And I was told earlier on, you got two of these and one of these.
Yeah.
So always listen and try and understand people. Let them speak, because when people speak, they give a lot of information. Which is handy, because if you're trying to advise them or consult them, you need to understand where they're coming from. Don't you? Yeah, it's handy.
Excellent. So there you are, working at Apollo 2000. What happened then?
Good question. I think I had done another.
I've got
to rack my brains now. I think I did one or two other similar sort of job roles, I believe, from memory. But then my break into the financial world came when a job came up in NatWest Bank.
Okay.
So this is, 5 Ways.
Yeah.
Apex House. Used to be NatWest back then, part of the RBS group.
Yeah. So
a job came up through agency, don't know how, whatever, but because now I had this experience on my CV, because they all want experience.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of circle of, if you don't have the experience, no one gives you a job. No one gives you a job because you don't have the experience.
Yeah.
So how do you get into a position? So anyway, now I had some experience.
On that point, what would you, because obviously for the younger generations watching this, there's still the fairy tale of you go to college, you go to uni.
Yeah.
Grad programs are waiting for you at the end.
Yeah.
But obviously there are more grads than there are programs. So would you advise someone to do that?
A grad program?
No. If you can't get a grad program, obviously that's the ideal.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So if you're not working for someone, work with them. And what I mean by that is just put your hand up and just volunteer for free, just to get that on your, even if, I don't care if it's making tea. You're in that environment, you're absorbing it, and you don't realize how much information you do extract just by being in that room. You know? Then your ego out the room, because at that moment in time, you're building your skills, you're developing, you're learning, you're growing. So you need as much of that experience as you can get, and it's like gold dust. Yeah. So if you can find yourself in that position where you can do that, then by all means.
Do you think it's a problem nowadays? Yeah, going off topic slightly, but do you think it's a problem now that everyone's after instant gratification? They want their Lambos, they want everything now.
Yeah. And things that come quick go quick as well.
Yeah.
So it's just the law of life, law of nature. That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Same with money, same with anything in life, if it comes
flash in the pan.
Yeah. So I think that kind of journey where you're building up to something and learning, growing, developing as you go, I think that gives you the most longevity in anything in life.
Yeah.
So overnight results and things are a fairy tale, as you said. So be patient, be persistent. But I think, it's that 1%, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's that 1% progress every time. 1%. Look for the 1% rather than the 100.
Yeah.
And eventually.
Well, end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The growth that you've gone through.
Maybe sooner, maybe later, but at least you're on a journey.
Yeah.
And don't forget to look back as well, because if you look back, you realize how far you've come.
Yeah.
We're always looking forward. And we're always comparing. There's a lot of comparison these days as well.
Yeah.
Again, we're going off topic, but it's social media especially, it kind of puts you in this bubble of your expectations of life, but reality can be very different.
And it's the way people depict themselves, isn't it? Or the way social media depicts it.
Exactly like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
The life should be going this way because it's going this way for us. So it could be for you and do this.
Yeah.
Or buy our course.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, ultimately, a lot of it
exactly.
comes down to that as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Why do they want to help you? It's because it's 997 for the course.
That's it. Yeah, it's always a number ending in 7 rather than 9 or a 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So you got all your experience, and then what did you do in out west?
So NatWest, I started off in mortgages.
Okay.
Working at a call centre.
So you did all your financial training with NatWest?
No. So to do what we were doing in our department, it was basically taking inbound inquiries for mortgages.
Okay.
If a client was interested to apply for a mortgage, we went through an application process with them. And subject to all of that being clear, then we could help them get their mortgage.
Yeah.
This is the days of self-cert mortgages, where you could self-certify. For those of the audience that are younger, don't remember, you can basically give a figure of what you earn. We don't ask any questions. We take that figure, do a credit check, obviously. And then if you pass everything, then you'd get the mortgage, you know? So it was that. So, there was another department where you could actually give mortgage advice. So we didn't give advice. We just guided clients towards options.
Yeah.
So for advice, you needed a CMAP, which is a mortgage qualification.
Yeah.
I started studying for it. I attempted it and I failed it by 2 marks.
Oh, no.
First time I publicly said that.
Yeah.
I was young. I was just not paying too much attention or whatever. So, and then by that point, I think I'd moved on. So I didn't continue the CMAP until many years later. I do have it now.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's that thing, isn't it? It's experience.
It was, but again, it's all those life experiences, those knockbacks, those, I wouldn't say failures, but it's those learnings in life.
Yeah.
That kind of make you who you are.
Yeah. Paint the whole picture then.
Yeah.
Put you together.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So where did you go from NatWest after that?
So NatWest then...
that was obviously a good founding role, wasn't it?
Very good founding role.
Nice CV builder.
Absolutely. And then the best, the next best thing I'd say to that was recruitment. A good friend of mine, not anymore, I've lost touch with him unfortunately, but at the time, he was very successful within recruitment. In particular, financial services and accountancy.
Okay.
So I went and worked at Hayes for a few months.
Yeah.
And that was down to, he said, look, you've got the people skills, you've got the experience, very good earning potential in this. And look at me. I think he, by that time, was like a director or something, So he really kind of coached me and guided me and told me more about it, etc. I went into work for Hayes for a few months. I think I was there for about 6 or 7 months, if I'm honest. A bit of a baptism by fire in terms of the way things are done within recruitment, how competitive it is, how cutthroat it can be. Probably wasn't what it had been made out to me to be.
Yeah.
And then that's where a business opportunity appeared. So then I moved on to that a little while after.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what was, where did you go then?
Yeah. So a couple of mates of mine, one mate of mine from uni, he proposed the idea to set up in the phone business. So this is the days of cashback and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, right.
So we set up a phone shop basically in Leicester, which is where I went to uni.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that for probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
Before we had to shut up the operation. So again, I was in my 20s now, like mid-20s, and just looking for different things to do, different opportunities. Not really too certain about where I'm going long term. Yeah. Probably not even thinking long term at that point. But I had that itch to do something for myself. And then when a friend of mine who I trusted, and he had this plan to do this, then it just seemed like a good choice. You know? So did that.
What do you think? What happened with that? Well, like in terms of what did you learn from it?
So this was the days of the cashback model. Eventually, what was happening is that the margins were getting razor thin.
Yeah,
because essentially
race to the bottom, wasn't it?
Race to the bottom, exactly that, and it just wasn't sustainable anymore. And then the other thing that was happening was that a lot of at that particular time there was a lot of fraud happening. So a lot of companies were doing VAT scams and things like that, getting caught out. So the phone providers who used to actually pay you the commissions for the actual contracts that you sold, they became very stringent and they were holding back commission, this, that, the other. And obviously cash flow is the lifeline of any business.
Yeah.
So when you start facing challenges like that, then it just becomes very difficult. And we were in a particular chain, so we were working with another couple of businesses who basically we were affiliates basically.
Yeah.
Well, actually partners, to be honest, but working kind of on an affiliate basis. And then they found themselves where their commissions and everything had been frozen, etc. They were being investigated, which means that we're also frozen. And how long can you keep the doors open like that?
Yeah.
So
because when this is like the mid-90s.
This is
mid-thousands.
Mid-thousands.
Yeah.
So probably talking 2005, 6, like that kind of era.
Because that was the kind of end of the era, so to speak, wasn't it? Because obviously a lot of people made money at the beginning, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Is when all the stuff went really big and all the frauds and stuff started happening. Yeah.
So I would say that was kind of like, we went in probably at the peak of the wave, or when the wave was starting to come down.
Yeah. So it's the wrong place, wrong time.
And the wave crashed.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, many years on, when I look at waves, because waves still come and go all the time in different things.
Market waves, and
when I'm looking at a particular wave and I'm saying, when everybody's talking about something.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's too late.
Yeah.
when you're, with all due respect, your cab driver was talking about, I remember there was something called OneCoin, which was a Bitcoin of some description. It turned out to be a scam in the end.
Yeah.
But literally everyone's talking about it. It means you've missed the boat.
Yeah.
So now I'm a bit more cautious.
Yeah. Because we followed it in, you mentioned self-cert mortgages.
Yeah.
But back in the, the good old days, in the mid-thousands, as we call it, the property self-cert mortgages, 5% down, vendor discounts you can get from the builders.
Yeah.
You were able to multiply property portfolios very fast.
Yeah, because leverage was low leverage.
And we were like, basically we managed to build a lot of property back then.
Yeah.
And it was all obviously through banks, and they were like letting you do self-certs and letting you build it up, and the rent was covering it. Everything was good.
It's a house of cards.
Yeah. And in 2008.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. The cards came crashing down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you don't know what happened, you can watch The Big Short, the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good reference.
Just watch that. It gives us a very
explains it really well.
Clear description. My son's actually in the middle of watching that at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Obviously, he was born in 2013, so after all this point.
Yes.
And he's always interested. It's good. It's great. I'm watching it with him. I'm trying to explain, pressing pause. Did you understand that?
Yeah.
And he's getting all the financial terms.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's quite complex. What they ended up doing.
Absolutely. But it's really good. I mean, the way they've played that movie out to show you, what's happening and stuff. Is really
and in today's consequence of the stringent mortgage market, the checks and balances that they go through. Because now it's almost the other extreme, isn't it? It's too tough.
Yeah. Because, I mean, let's not forget, it's all human beings at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's all human sentiment. Yeah. It's all, fear, greed, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And when you have an imbalance in either one of them, then that's where extreme things happen. And at that point, it was all greed. Banks were making huge bonuses. People, the fat cats were doing really well, and everyone was loving it. As you said, people are building property portfolios, and then essentially, when the plug was pulled, how do you withstand that situation?
Yeah,
you got no capacity. You've pushed yourself to the max to get the biggest mortgage you could. A little bit of an interest rate increase,
and you're slammed.
You're on the road.
Yeah.
So you got to have some leeway, obviously.
Yeah. But that's what you're here for now, to help.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah. But learning from those experiences, because riding those waves. I tell my kids about the 2004, 2005 bubble that there was at that time. Yeah. You don't know you're in a bubble.
That's right.
You think it's the norm.
Yeah.
And then
especially if you're benefiting from it.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
So you're just
like, this is great.
You don't want it to end, do you?
Yeah. Why is it that human, like the reason why the markets go through waves in the stock exchange is because people have this inner belief that things will continue to be the way they are.
Yeah.
Until they're not.
Yeah.
Then they cry about it.
Yeah.
And then, but 4 or 5 years later, when those people have gone and the next people come in,
absolutely.
then it starts to go.
Yeah.
Overheats again.
Absolutely.
Crashes.
Absolutely.
And then next people. And then people, obviously, the best thing to do is to learn from history.
Definitely.
See what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, we have this really interesting infographic where it shows during those waves, we've mapped out the emotions.
Yeah.
So at the peak of the waves, like euphoria.
Yeah.
Down here, you're depressed.
Yeah, mass depression.
And here, anxiety. Here, starting to see positivity, and it's that series of emotions that just carries on for people.
Yeah,
and people react in that way.
So talking about that, where are we at as an economy right now? Would you say starting to get optimistic, or is it still in depression state?
I always try and be cautiously optimistic. Obviously, because being working for yourself, you can't be negative anyway. That's the first thing.
Yeah,
and secondly, the way I think and feel, I'm going to project that onto my clients as well. What I always say to people is, look, let's work on the things we can control and manage and influence.
Yeah.
The bigger picture stuff, we've got politicians for that, which we can all see what they're doing, in terms of making a right dog's dinner of it. But what's in my control today? What decisions do I need to make that can benefit me or help me stay on this path and hopefully not be in a position in the future where I have to look over my shoulder. I'm worried, So that's the kind of stuff that I focus on. And the other thing is that even when, the reality is that when there's the most uncertainty, when there's, things are on their knees, for example, you mentioned 2008, that's where actually the opportunity is.
Yeah.
So it's the wave again, right? It's the wave you've actually missed.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Yeah.
So to get that, you got to start here, or at least enter here.
Yeah.
So however, we don't focus on that. We focus on longevity.
Yeah. Because
over a period of 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to have a few of them.
Yeah.
But as long as you've done that period, you should be, if you've done the right things, you should be at least higher from your starting point.
Yeah.
And that's where so we say, like one of the things we say is it's time in the market, not timing.
Yeah.
Time is a big difference. And time is what your best friend is when it comes to investing your money anyway. Yeah.
No, that's it. It's true. So here you are, you finished that business. Going back to your timeline.
Oh, okay. But
where did you, this is all good stuff.
Yeah.
But you're back on the timeline. So you finished that phone business, learned a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, bad timing in that market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where'd you go next?
So then obviously I had this financial services experience.
Market experience now.
Yeah. I had, customer service / sales experience.
Yeah.
Then I remember an opportunity came up. There was a rollout project for BT at the time. And they were installing some new systems across one of their clients. So I got a role with them, self-employed basis, as a systems trainer, basically.
Yeah.
So it's to go out and help with this rollout of the system across the UK, different sites, different places. And essentially, help with the IT system, train people on it, show them how to use it, etc., etc. Again, those kind of transferable skills.
Yeah.
Talking to people, relating to them, listening to them, helping them, educating them, So I did that. And then when that contract was coming to an end, obviously I'm scratching my head thinking, right, where do I go from here? Did miss my experience working at the bank, I'll be honest. And again, like I said, right, early days, I did, or I do enjoy, numbers and finance and markets and that kind of stuff. Then an opportunity came up to work abroad, overseas, in the industry of what I am in now, wealth management, financial, which we were talking before the podcast, I never knew this existed. So an opportunity came to sort of work, again, on a self-employed basis. You kind of, eat what you kill, so to speak.
Yeah.
Go out and, try and generate business in terms of, at that point, you're working as a BDM, business development manager. So you're helping existing advisors, wealth managers, as we used to call them, help find new clients. The clients we were looking for were mainly professional expats.
Yeah.
A lot of Brits, I'd say, and some other nationalities, because there's a lot of relatability with Brits. We knew about the pensions, we knew about the investments, etc. They're abroad, they're earning tax-free. They're looking to save for the future, invest for the future. So there's a lot of common ground compared to other nationalities. So I joined a company, an offshore company. I went out to, at the time, Qatar. First time, never been there. Never been to the Middle East before that. Packed my bags and just went off my own. And I thought, it's kind of now or never. I always thought about getting out of the UK at that point, but just don't know how or what to do, however. So when this opportunity came up, which was not that demanding, let's just say, in terms of their requirements, because you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
I took it. Took a leap of faith, complete leap of faith. So I went and I was away for about 8.5 years.
Wow.
Mainly in the Middle East region.
Yeah.
And then got back to UK.
And at that point, were you married at that point? You got any kids?
Yeah, married with my eldest. She was about 1.5 at the time.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And did your family move out there with you eventually?
Eventually they did.
Yeah. So you spent that time with them over in Qatar?
So we went to Qatar, went to Oman, went to UAE in the end. That was my final place. So they came out to Oman. So my kids, my older two have spent a few years overseas. So they've got that international experience. My youngest one, she was born here, so she's not had that. But
do you think that willingness to just get up and go was from your earlier life, like being going to Pakistan and seeing your dad and parents doing the same thing?
I think so. Yeah, because like my family, they call me like the trailblazer. Like out of all of us cousins and everybody, I'm literally the first one to do that.
Yeah.
Now, since me, many have gone, but they all say, you were the first guy that actually had the bottle to pick up your bags.
Because this is early, because obviously there's a lot of people that have done it now, but this is quite early on,
and at that time, not many were doing it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw an opportunity that kind of made sense to me, and I thought, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Give it a go. I'll go out there, see what's worst case. I'll come back. Right. It didn't work out. And best case, I can experience something new. And I wouldn't necessarily say it was all about the money. Chasing this. It was just to have a different experience, because I think maybe because having lived abroad in my childhood and come to UK, I think I kind of had that bug, within me to move around, and even now, I like to travel. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whenever I do get the chance. So it's for the chance. I took it, and here we are.
Brilliant. So what made you come back, would you say?
Couple of reasons. One was education for children as they were getting older. It's not great there, college, university. A lot of people either send their kids or come back themselves. And then my late father at the time was very poorly as well.
Yeah.
So he wanted me back, because at that point, 3 of us siblings were overseas. So we're a family of 6.
Yeah.
So me, my second brother, number 2, and brother number 4.
Yeah.
We were all out there. So half my dad's kids were away, so I was the first one to go. So he always said to me, you need to come back now, and he was getting on.
The rest will follow.
Yeah. And his health wasn't great as well.
Followed?
No. The other 2 are still out there. Yeah. The other 2 are still out there. So anyway, I came back, and then I was glad in a way that everything's, happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, I believe that.
You spent that time with your dad.
Spent that time. So the last couple of years of his life, I was here with him.
Yeah.
Which was lovely in a way, because I'd missed a few years before that.
Yeah.
I got to spend that time. So I think it was good that I did that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then now my kids are settled here now, and, I'm very settled. And to be honest, that's why, in my, my mindset when it comes to Birmingham, as an example, I'm not that person you're going to see, criticizing it all the time. Whereas most people around me always are. Look at this, look at that, whatever. Because I had that chance to go and come back, I actually see it from a different lens.
Yeah.
And actually, I try to appreciate the good things about it. Community, the facilities, the opportunities, the unis, the schools, the
NHS.
Good old NHS.
Yeah.
Every city, especially of this size, has got its share of problems. No one's perfect. But because I got the chance to go out and come back in, I try to focus on the positives, so it's very hard to do, because everyone around you is
negative Nellies.
in this negative kind of mindset, negative Nellies, as you said.
Yeah.
And I think that's from the top down, so it's very hard to, but you can't have that mindset when you're A, working with people, and B, working for yourself. Yeah. You have to,
make the most of what we've got.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
brilliant. Yeah. So, do you miss it? Do you miss the abroad, apart from the tax-free income?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is a different lifestyle. It is a nice style. It is a nice lifestyle. I
bet you weren't that hot last week then when it was here.
No, I was talking to Sakina earlier on before the podcast, and I love the heat anyway. Yeah. So I'm absolutely fine with it, to be honest.
Because I've been in Dubai here.
Yeah, I mean that was probably I wouldn't say a winter in Dubai, but it's
spring.
Definitely not the summer.
Yeah,
spring.
It's 45, 48,
mid-30s.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, whereas here that's quite that's top of the.
And again, everyone's moaning about that. I'm like, let's appreciate it, because in the whole year we've got these like few days, so
you don't need to go to the gym, to the sauna.
Yeah, I'll be absolutely
just sit in your car for 2 minutes.
That's it. Honestly, but my daughter was telling me, I think this is just the start in terms of future weather
in the next few years.
Next few years, this is. I think she was saying this is going to be one of the cooler summers.
So we need to get aircon.
So we need to get our skates on.
We need to get aircon in here, don't we? We're going to continue doing these podcasts.
Yeah. And because the buildings aren't really equipped, are they?
No, we're equipped for winter, aren't we? So everything's been built. That's the thing, because we all talk to our relatives and stuff in Pakistan, and they laugh at us. And they say, "Oh, it's not hot. What are you talking about? Late 20s."
Yeah,
we get that at 6 o'clock in the morning. But your house is made of like materials. Your rooms are massive. You've got aircon. You've got all the facilities.
Yeah.
Here, we're built for the cold.
Yeah.
So we've got frigging insulation on our roof, keeping the heat in.
Absolutely.
We've got everything geared towards that. So it's frigging unbearable.
Absolutely.
So everyone's like, my whole family slept downstairs last week.
Oh, right. Okay.
Literally.
Yeah, because it's all insulated, isn't it?
Yeah. So the upstairs was boiling.
Yeah.
And let alone living on the second floor. Loft conversions and stuff. They're completely unbearable.
Yeah, I feel sorry for my daughter, actually. She's in the loft.
Is she in the loft? Yeah.
It's pretty warm.
Like late 30s, early 40s up there.
Yeah. But comes with the territory, doesn't it?
Yeah,
she wanted that room. So.
She wanted the extra space. So you got it.
Yeah, well, I think I need to sort something out for her now, because obviously it's going to carry on like this. It's going to be...
Is that the one that's been saying, Dad, I think this is a pattern now?
What's that for the
weather? Patterns?
Yeah.
She was saying,
so
she's trying to dig out some aircon.
Yeah. Maybe it's all part of the plan. Yeah.
Dad, it's going to be like this every year. You need to shell out and get me some ventilation.
That's it. So, yeah.
Clever.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. What a rumble there.
Yeah, I'll mention it to her.
Yeah. So you came back to UK, and then having that experience from abroad, did you find it like easy to slot in?
No, I think there was. I would say there was a bit of a transition period, to be honest, because it is very different there. It's very different there in terms of the culture, the work culture, how people work, just that life, etc. Slotting. So, yes and no. I mean, I think the first role I got was I'm trying to remember now. Go through my CV, but it was a local company, financial services, based Worcester way. Lovely team. They're very welcoming. They really appreciated so it was a bit of a challenge in terms of having that overseas experience.
Yeah.
So when you go overseas with, let's say, UK or European or US experience,
I like it.
Yeah.
And
when you come back, it's like, oh, okay, so you work in financial services, great. We love that, but you were in where? Dubai. Okay. They're not even FCA regulated. Their regulations are very different, and then there's a bit of a reputation there about how things are done, etc. So it's kind of overcoming that barrier. And the other thing with me is that while I was working over there, doing what I do, obviously the regulations are different, or, there's a lack of a requirement to be, so to speak, qualified.
Yeah.
Whereas here you have to be qualified to a certain level to give advice. So I didn't have that because there was no need for it.
Yeah.
So when I came back, there was a bit of a transition period because I had to get qualified. I had to get the UK equivalent qualifications. So there was a little bit of, I would say, teething period, painful period, let's say. But then as soon as I got the qualifications, then I had the experience, then it was onwards and upwards from there in that sense.
Brilliant. But you had to come back and get your qualifications formally once more.
So I was studying, and then I was working in a couple of roles that were basically a little bit junior compared to my actual experience.
Yeah.
But because I wasn't qualified, I had no option. To do that. But I think at the time it was good because it gave me the foundation to be able to kind of balance the studying as well as the working stuff, all the family responsibilities, plus also transition back into how things are done here.
Yeah.
Because in terms of the industry, that is very different. How we do things, the processes are very different. The requirements are very different. It's a highly regulated environment here,
Yeah.
So everything you do really has to, everything has to, as I say, dot the I's and cross the T's. Everything has to be done. Everything has to be watertight, basically.
Yeah.
So,
So you're fully qualified now. And then what was did you step out into the SJP partnership?
What happened was when I became qualified, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to go back into the advice area in terms of being a client-facing advisor.
Yeah.
I fancy something a little bit different. And one thing that I'd been doing over the years when I was abroad was a kind of, I'd say a supervisor / managerial role, where it was kind of helping new advisors, training them, developing them, and just working on sharing skills, that I had picked up, whatever. So a role came up with SJP to do that. So they have this very successful academy where I joined them as a academy business manager. So what we do in the academy is that we support people who are looking to change their career, second careerist, or start a new career at some point in life.
Yeah.
So you could be young or you could be at any age. It's helping them through that transition of coming into this industry, financial advice industry, the financial planning industry. These people are either setting up themselves as an entity or they're working within an existing setup. So it's helping them learn the A to Z of everything, from client meetings to the regulations, to getting through the exams, to having a business development plan, to processing business, all that kind of stuff they have to learn. It's quite a steep learning curve. That's an ongoing journey, obviously. So we supported people through that. So again, it's a bit of like, if you notice, a bit of pattern of working with people. It's sort of been people all along. I've never done anything technical where I'm not client facing. Yeah. There's always been interaction with people. So yeah, I did that for a couple of years. And then I was a victim of a redundancy, got made redundant. This was in 2022, late 2022, early 2020. No, sorry, I lie. 2020, late 2020 / early 2021.
So the COVID effect.
The COVID effect, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was one of the, victims of that in terms of, obviously, there was a lot of turmoil at that time, wasn't there?
Yeah, of course it was.
We didn't know what was happening in the world. It was a very uncertain place.
Everyone was working in their pajamas at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I used to be one of them.
Yeah.
Until one fine morning, it was like, oh, that's not going to be happening anymore.
Yeah.
Which was a new experience, never been made redundant before.
Yeah.
And especially at that point in time, not knowing, okay, where do I go from here?
And what's the market looking like?
What's the market looking like? No one's really taking any people on.
Yeah.
This, that, the other. So that's where your resilience has to come in, or you gotta generate some, or some previous resilience helps you kind of get through those periods. And obviously your faith as well. Obviously,
of course,
rely on God is a pillar of, of who I am and who people around me are. So
brilliant. So you went from there. Well, not that brilliant, but you were working forward. But at least you had your faith.
I can tell you that.
It wasn't. Yeah. So you find yourself, but ultimately, it was a good thing.
Yeah, like I said to you earlier, I think everything happens for a reason.
That's it.
That then brought forward me to where I am by at least, I'd say, 3-4 years, I reckon, at least.
Yeah.
Because I was, whilst developing and working with new advisors and existing advisors, it was very rewarding.
Yeah.
But then the itch came back again of, oh, you know what? I do miss being with clients. I do miss that buzz.
Yeah. Of
helping people, getting solutions and, just having that banter, all that kind of stuff. So it got me thinking, you know what? One day it'd be nice to set up shop. Would be nice to set up shop. This place, this company I'm with, this network, SJP, it's a huge network, as you may already know. And whether it's here or somewhere else, I didn't really know at the time, but it would be nice to have my name on the door, and have a little setup and kind of work from there. So I was thinking that, and then this redundancy thing hit, slapped me in the face. And I was like, you know what? It's now or never.
That's the push you needed.
Yeah. And the other thing was I was turning 40 at the time as well.
Yeah.
So I had this thing I don't know why I had this thing in my head about 40. I want to start something or another. I don't know what, but something. And I've realized, you know what? The safest route is to always stick to kind of what you know.
Yeah.
So I've looked at other businesses and other things, and I see people doing various things, and it looks nice. The grass looks greener. But I don't know. I've never done that business before. I don't know anything about it. That learning curve is going to be huge by the time I get to, but I'm already in an industry. I've got experience. Okay. I haven't done the business bit, but I know the bit of, how to deal with someone, how to advise someone, how investing works, how products work. I think I could learn the other bit, and that's where I, in late 2021 set up basically. And then
awesome.
Still here.
And so it's called AGA Wealth Management. Yeah.
So it's named after my late father. His name was AGA Babar.
Yeah.
So I named it after
That's
him.
brilliant.
And just.
See, I didn't know that before.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Not many people ask. So some people say AGA.
Yeah.
So AGA is actually our family name. Not many people ask what's behind it. So you don't get a chance to tell people. So.
That's it.
But maybe I should.
Well, you have now.
yeah. Well, yeah.
At least a few thousand people now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's it all going so far? Obviously, you're 5 years in now.
Yeah, coming up. It's only on November. It'll be the fifth year anniversary. Can't complain. Very good.
Yeah.
Again, steep learning curve. First, I'd say 3.5 years was starting from scratch, basically. No clients, no kind of platform to work off, etc. But now, that initial work that I did, I mean, we met through networking.
Yeah.
So I did a fair bit of that at the start.
Yeah.
Those relationships, you do start to think yourself, when are they going to start to bear some fruit?
Yeah.
If you stick at it, then they do. So now, thankfully, obviously, thank God first and foremost, but everything, most 90% of the work I do now that comes is all incoming from referrals and people that know me and, this, that, the other, existing clients. So that chase isn't as intense now as it was at day one.
The early days,
because you have nothing to lose. You've got time on your side.
Yeah.
You've got no clients. You need to go out and, find some.
How important was the networking scene? How successful was that?
It was a bit of an unknown. I'd never actually done networking properly before anyway, to some degree. I'd done loosely here and there. When I used to be out in the Middle East, a lot of the stuff we would do would be, so over there, we, at that time, cold calling was pretty big.
Pretty big, yeah.
Yeah. Then, using online platforms like, people used to use Facebook and LinkedIn, this, that, the other, finding people, locating people, then either messaging them, or if you've got a mutual connection, try and get them to introduce you to them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But not so much networking as such. So networking, I actually started when I started. Again, a new experience. It's the right way to do it. How do you do it? But I realized in the end, don't overcomplicate it and just be yourself. Because I was, being someone you're not is very exhausting, mentally and physically.
Yeah. So
just being your authentic self, I think, is the biggest thing, the best thing you can do. And that's where you then connect with people who are like-minded. And that's where because it's a relationship game. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And don't go for the, again, the quick results. They're not going to come overnight. It takes time to develop people. It's the know, like, trust factor.
Yeah.
And then with time, if you stick at it, then, kind of blossoms, but you have to stick at it. You have to invest in it.
Yeah.
I mean, although you go to some events and, it's people just shove business cards in your face and expect you to call them the next day, but it's really off-putting because business isn't done that way. You have to know and trust
the relationships.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah. And same in what I do as well. It's client relationships. That's what it comes down to.
That's what you said, wasn't it? 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen to what people's problems are. Listen to how you can help.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. So now you're rolling. What's the future looking like? Any aspirations for anything else, or are you happy with everything that's going?
I'm not too big on planning in terms of like, I should be this or I should be that, or I should have this many clients, or I should have... Yeah. It's more kind of going with the flow. And I think for me, going back to what I said earlier about the 1%, it's that development. So as long as I'm progressing, I'm growing individually and as a business, that's the main key thing. I don't get too, and this might be the wrong thing, so don't take this as business advice, but I don't get too caught up on the metrics, in terms of the bottom line and the top line and the this and the that. I'm just going, as long as I'm growing, obviously we all want instant growth. We all want quick growth. We all want that. But like you said earlier, it doesn't come overnight. So I'm just going with the flow. So at the moment, I mean, we're, future's looking bright. Clients are happy. As long as they're happy, we're happy. The markets at the moment are doing pretty good as well. So, can't really complain in that sense. So just to continue to grow, because if you're doing that, it's a flat line. It means you're dead.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, that's no good either. You're not going to survive. So in any business, you have to continue growing. You have to continue marketing. You have to continue helping clients and taking on more clients, don't you?
Yeah.
I do think, however, what I want to continue and stay as so within our industry, you can have you can be a sole practitioner, or you could be a multi-practitioner practice where, I could have other advisors that, our client book continues to grow and we take them on. So I do, I'm on the fence with that. What do I actually want? To be entirely honest, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I could stay because I don't want the responsibility of managing people. And then, I just think it's too much to take on, as well as focus on my clients, So I think, for now I'm good. I'm happy as I am. But if an opportunity came, I bumped into somebody who was amazing, I think I could really work with them well and we could help each other out and they'd be a good addition to the team, then
never say never.
Never say never.
Yeah.
Always have an open mind, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's really good. So market wise, you say it's looking good at the moment.
Yeah.
What's going well? Obviously, the volatility being caused by the orange man across the ponds probably could be a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah,
well, look, I think it's the main thing is that obviously, we're having a bit of a tech boom at the moment, aren't we? So and it is a boom and it is a bubble.
Yeah.
God knows when and how much more it's going to take to kind of burst this thing. But at the moment, it's pretty much looking at the data, looking at the way markets behave. You look at the last 100 years, these waves come and go.
Yeah.
We're not in that kind of business where we're there to make a quick buck for us or for our customers or clients.
Like you said, it's
about longevity. Yeah. So really, the short-term volatility, in all honesty, it doesn't really affect us too much. As long as people stick to the plan, stay the course, they'll be okay. They will make money. Yes, there are times in the year or certain months or certain years, where markets are doing exceptionally well. And a lot of people may have this misconception that right now, because we've just had the Middle East conflict and everything, that may have had a huge effect. But if you look at the numbers, the FTSE, the US S&P, the NASDAQ, everything generally is up. It's generally up, Could be, and there probably will be a correction at some point in the market. But again, if you don't panic, don't make silly financial decisions, you won't be a victim of that, and it's about surviving that period. So, it's just about longevity. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thankfully,
and thankfully, we've got a world-class investment team that actually physically manages our client money. So the thing is that as an advisor, I'm not doing the day-to-day.
Yeah.
We've got people behind us that do all that. They're there accessible if I need them to. But my day-to-day responsibility is to my client, making sure they've got the right mindset and they understand why they're making the decisions they are and what they're planning for and helping them reach the goal. So that responsibility, I've outsourced that to people behind them.
Yeah.
Who are a lot more focused on what's happening day to day. So
And they're looking after the markets, the market investments. What other services do you offer across the, like, as for a client in particular, so is mostly retirement planning or future planning?
Yeah. So, I normally I'd say, obviously the list is very long, but broadly speaking, I would say it comes under kind of three pillars, so you've got the protection side of it, you've got the investment side of it, and then you've got the, retirement.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. So your protection is, protecting you financially and your family against life's curveballs.
Yeah.
Somebody passes away, somebody gets sick, they get ill. How do they pay their bills? So what do they need to do to protect them from that risk? Because we all face that risk.
Yeah, of course.
The investment side of it is getting your hard-earned money working as hard for you. So leaving it in the bank, it's the bank's money essentially.
It's not doing anything. Yeah.
So how do we do that in a tax efficient way for you, where you've got, potentially it's growing and also it's giving you that security for the future. And then you've got the retirement side of it. So making sure in future, at one point when you want to, hang up your boots, where's the income going to come from? How much income do you need? What sources do you currently have? What tax are you going to be paying? Et cetera, et cetera. So it's just having a future plan. And it's all underpinned by tax. So most of the stuff we do is tax efficient. It reduces your tax liability rather than increase it.
Yeah.
And then we look at the individual. So, are you self-employed? Are you employed? Are you in business? Are you a professional? What's your overall position? How can we improve it?
What are your future events? How many kids you got? What are you looking to sort them out? Yeah.
So it's a very thorough,
bespoke package.
Yeah. Which is why the relationship comes in very important, because are you going to divulge all that to somebody that you don't really get on with or trust? That's the first thing. So you have to develop that. And then secondly, we're working with clients it's not a transactional thing. It's going to be months. It's going to be years.
Yeah.
In some cases, it's going to be many years. Like I've got some clients that are in their 20s.
Yeah.
If they choose to work with me, if God gives me that much life, then that could be for the next 20 years, 30 years, potentially, taking them into their retirement. Right.
Yeah.
So, you have to, kind of work with the client on that journey.
Yeah. No, fantastic.
Yeah.
So the future looks good in terms of rolling these customers that you've got and continuing to build.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing, from an industry perspective, so it has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And one thing that,
would you say regulation increases or?
Yeah. So because of regulatory burdens increasing, that's one thing.
Yeah.
And the general population of financial advisors in the country is aging and going towards retirement.
Yeah.
So they're going to be exiting and already are started exiting the market.
Yeah.
Because of the regulatory burden increasing and the government bits and bobs they're doing, making things more complicated for all of us, it's increasing the need for advice. So the advisors are going down, the demand is going up.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I would consider it's a good time to be in my industry at least.
Yeah.
Because there's a genuine need. I heard something the other day about only 8% of the UK population have access to financial advice. Yeah. So that's 92% people that don't.
Wow.
So it's an opportunity.
Yeah, big time. And like you said, with the accountancy side here, Morgan Reach, we're finding that a lot as well. So the tax planning aspect of the job is becoming a lot more important.
Absolutely.
So,
and that relationship with your trusted accountant is so important.
Us knowing the client, knowing the situation, knowing what
that's it.
Yeah. So it's very similar.
Absolutely.
Situation.
Yeah.
And so many options now, like
it's mind-boggling.
The green grass on the other side. You have to sometimes deter clients away from that because it's not actually that green.
Yeah.
You look at it from a distance.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the other thing as well is that I'm sure you'd agree with me with this. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully, because we've got so much information at literally our fingertips now.
Yeah.
You could research, who's what, this, that, the other. And there is a certain mindset in certain people in terms of, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Or, you only did that for me. I shouldn't be paying you that much. But what they're not realizing is the value that accountant or that professional lawyer, advisor can bring to that person, by knowing them personally and giving them a little bit of advice. It might seem like a little bit of work for them, but it can make a huge difference in terms of how much tax they pay or,
you pay for the experience, are you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So, I mean, I try and post these scenarios whenever they come up with clients or whatever.
Yeah.
Having a chat with some of my existing clients, husband and wife. They are husband and wife to be. They weren't at that time. They're looking at their plans and things, and we started talking about inheritance tax, death tax. Because they're unmarried, there's a potential liability that the female spouse in this relationship
could face.
She could be facing a 6-figure tax bill.
Yeah.
They were completely oblivious to that. So we had the conversation, explained it all, everything, this, that, the other. And in the end, I get a text 2 or 3 weeks later saying, Waqas, by the way, we're getting married, just to let you know. So I was like, fantastic. Yeah. They're like, well, we were thinking about it for a long time anyway, but what you'd said about the tax side of it, it's just a no-brainer.
So you're a matchmaker now as well.
I'm a matchmaker now as well. So I did give it a bit of a funny element to the post when I posted it. But yeah, absolutely. But again, it's that conversation, them investing the time to talk to me.
Yeah.
And me, obviously, I'm just imparting what I know, just letting know. But that's just one example.
Yeah. So the engagement ring pops out.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not had an invite yet, though, so I'm a little bit gutted about that. But at least they're a lot.
Yeah, that's it. And they're structured a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
The future issues. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because a lot of it is firefighting, isn't it? Before the fire, it's setting yourself up right.
Yeah, so it's firstly is understanding the destination.
Yeah,
like jumping in a car, Cam. You jump in a car, you're driving, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah,
you're just lost, aren't you? So firstly is helping the client understand, okay, what's the destination? What does that look like?
Yeah, where do you want to end up?
Where do you want to end up? Okay, second thing is, what vehicle do we need, and how do we get this vehicle from? That's essentially what encompasses what I do. Yeah. Now, over time, that destination changes. Yeah. The vehicle can change. Yeah. The plan to get to the destination can change. But that's an ongoing conversation.
Yeah.
And that's why that regular communication and the basic thing about the relationship is massively important, because it is an ongoing conversation, or it should be anyway.
So having an IFA is very important.
I would say so.
I agree, to be fair, yeah, because I've always had, and obviously we've discussed stuff in the past as well, and we will do in the future more.
Massively. So absolutely. I think it's very important, and that's why we're all in the jobs we do, or we offer the services we do, because people have a need for what we do, right?
Yeah.
So
and like you said, there's an ongoing need. It's becoming more and more treacherous out there. It's becoming more and more complicated.
Yeah. And the other added benefit, I think, which I guess people may not consider, but I'll say, is that when you go to anyone for any kind of advice, professional advice, you then, that burden of getting it right, you've transferred it to that person now.
Yeah.
So, like the advice I give, for example, I'm liable for that, right?
Yeah.
Whereas any decision my client takes themselves, it's themselves and I. Me, myself, and I who have made that decision. And if they got that thing wrong, for example, let's say if they took the wrong insurance policy, right? And it wasn't fit for their needs, but they didn't know that.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that thing paying out, it's for whatever reason, it's not doing what it should have. Whereas when I've sat with them and I've advised them and we've looked at some things that are, tailored to their needs, it should do what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
Because I've advised, but then that burden's on me.
Yeah.
So there is that as well. And that's what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
So doing your accounts, you can do accounts yourself, but when you go to professional accountancy, then it's
any issue comes up, they've got to sort it out. The burden falls on them. Yeah, of course.
So I'm a fan of it.
So for the future, for the kids out there or the young adults who are looking for their careers, would you say it's a good career to get into?
I would. Yeah, definitely. Because we definitely need more people. That's for sure. There's a shortage.
You mentioned before,
And I'm keen to, if anyone does reach out on your platform, whatever, they want to know more about this profession, I'm happy to have a conversation with them. The other thing is that it's, think outside the box, especially nowadays where there are so many options, especially we were talking earlier about AI coming in and this, that, the other. It's something a little bit different. And the best thing is, especially for people that, haven't necessarily got their mindset on going to uni.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to go to uni and you're going to do something very broad, and you're going to end up paying all this for it, then you really need to make sure that's the right choice for you, because that's quite a big commitment of time and money. The beauty of our profession, it's a professional service. You need professional qualifications for which you don't need a degree.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of people, youngsters who come even before uni, potentially. Some come straight after as they discover it.
Yeah.
So I would say, definitely keep your mind open. If you enjoy solving problems, if you enjoy speaking to people, might be one for you.
Excellent. That's been brilliant.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about you. I've learned a lot about your journey and everything. There's a lot of that I didn't know, and obviously I've known you for many years now.
So
now it's very, very
we need to talk more, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, definitely. That shows.
Yeah.
But no, thanks very much for coming today.
Appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed it as well.
And, it was lovely conversation.
No, thank you.
Thank you. All the best. So thank you for tuning in and listening to this episode. I really enjoyed my conversation with Cam. Fantastic, lovely experience for me as well. Hopefully there were a couple of nuggets in there for you to take away. But I really would advise that you subscribe, like, share, comment, support the channel, and look forward to some fantastic speakers coming in future episodes. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 47. That was absolutely fantastic. I learned a lot and I hope you did too. Please do tune in for more episodes with more guests coming soon. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel, Morgan Reach TV, MRTV on YouTube, Spotify, Apple and Amazon.